Hi, bedtime story time. I think this one's going to be short. I hope you are enjoying these as much as my heart is enjoying doing this for you. Anyway, it means you're all rested. I hope you're all bathed and smelling good. So, laying down and getting some good story time. This one is called If You Give a Moose a Muffin. The author is Lauren Joffe Numeroff, and the illustrator is Felicia Bond. So we know that Laura wrote the story because she's the author, and illustrated means that Felicia did all these cool pictures of this moose. And it's kind of like if you give a mouse a cookie, well, this is if you give a moose a muffin. I don't know if I've even read this before, so you might be my first time for this. Okay? Starts off, if you give a moose a muffin, he's going to want some jam to go with it. Jam is like jelly. He's going to want some jam to go with it. So you'll bring him out some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. When he's finished eating his muffin, he's going to want another. And another. And another. And when they're all gone, he's going to ask you to make more. You'll have to go to the store and get some muffin mix. And that moose, he's going to want to go with you. When he opens the door and feels how chilly it is, he's going to ask you to borrow a sweater. He doesn't want to be cold. When he puts the sweater on, he'll notice one of the buttons is loose, and he'll ask you for a needle and thread. He'll start sewing. The button will remind him of the puppets his grandmother used to make. Sometimes when we start doing something, it reminds you of something else. Like I could be folding clothes, or making my bed. It reminds me of when I used to make my Grammy and Grampy's bed. So when he started sewing on sewing the button on, it made him remember his grandmother and the puppet she would make, because she would sew buttons on the sock. She'd make a sock puppet and put buttons on. So he's going to ask for some old socks. And he's going to make sock puppets like his grandmother did. And when they're done, he's going to want to put on a puppet show. So you can make puppets out of socks. When some of the older people were little, you just couldn't run to the store and buy a puppet. So you made things. Anyway, he's going to want to put on a puppet show, and he's going to need cardboard and paint. I wonder what he's going to do. Then he'll ask you to help him make the scenery. Because when you put on a puppet show with your hands, you want something behind there for the scene, When the scenery is finished, he's going to get behind the couch, but his antlers are going to stick out. So he'll ask for something to cover them up. You'll have to bring him a sheet from your bed, because nothing's going to cover those big antlers up, but a sheet. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he wants to be a ghost for Halloween. So he'll try it on and shout, "Boo! Boo!" I'll scare him so much that he'll knock over all the paints. It'll scare him so much he'll knock over all the paints. I don't know why the moose wanted all the paints knocked over. Oh, so he'll use the sheet to clean up the mess. And then he'll ask for some soap to wash it out. Because see, when he cleans up the mess, now he's got soap all over the sheet. He had to clean up paint. He'll probably want to hang the sheet up outside to dry. He'll go outside to put it on the clothesline. That's how we used to dry clothes all the time. We didn't have dryers, or they used them when they were special. You hang the sheets out on the clothesline. When he's out in the yard, he's going to see your mother's blackberry bushes. Seeing the blackberries is going to remind him about the jam. Remember, he put jam on those muffins? And he'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if you give him the jam, he's going to want another muffin to go with it. Remember, all this started because he had a muffin, and then the boy was going to go to the store and buy a muffin mix, and then everything changed. But this one book is called, it was a short story, If You Give a Moose a Muffin. If I can find, if you give a mouse a cookie, I will read it to you. Anyway, that was a short story. Good night. Sleep tight. Sweet dreams. Always remember Ganny, how much he loves you. And I'm always watching over you. Always, always, always watching over you. And I hope I come to some of your night stories. Good night. Sleep tight with love.